Some places in the world are so magical, so breathtaking, that even locals whisper about them only to those they trust. These are the unseen wonders, hidden treasures far away from the tourist crowds, where nature, history, and mystery blend together. We are taking you on a journey to places so rare that you might not even believe they exist. So stay with me until the end, because one of these wonders might just become the most unforgettable destination of your life. Imagine walking through a forest where the air feels alive, where each step takes you deeper into a world untouched by time. The sunlight breaks through the leaves in golden streams. The sound of running water tells you there's a secret waterfall ahead. These are places where even maps remain silent, where your only guide is the trail left by nature itself. This is not your usual travel video. This is about the unseen, the untouched, the unbelievable. Our first hidden wonder lies beyond a small fishing village, known only to those who dare to explore beyond the beaten path. A winding trail, lined with wildflowers, leads you to an emerald lagoon. Its water so clear you can see the shadows of fish gliding beneath the surface. Locals say that in the quiet hours of dawn, the water turns a shade of blue so deep, it looks like a piece of the sky fell into the earth. There's another wonder, hidden in the heart of the desert, where shifting sands guard the entrance to an ancient cave. Inside, walls shimmer with crystals formed over thousands of years, reflecting the glow of your flashlight like stars in the night. Few people have stood here, and those who have say the silence feels heavier than the air, as if the stones are holding stories older than history itself. None of these unseen wonders are alive, literally. Deep in a remote valley, there's a glowing river that comes alive at night, lit by tiny bioluminescent creatures. It's as if the stars decided to fall from the sky and swim in the water. The sight is so surreal, many travelers call it liquid light. But here's the catch. There's no signboard, no guidebook. Only the locals know the right time, the right season, and the secret path to reach it. High in the mountains, where clouds wrap around the peaks like blankets, there's a village frozen in time. Cobblestone streets, wooden houses, and an ancient stone bridge over a gentle stream. But what makes this place an unseen wonder is not just its beauty, it's the way time slows here. The air is so fresh, the silence so deep, that you can hear the sound of your own heartbeat. In a corner of the world's largest rainforest, hidden behind thick curtains of vines, there's a waterfall that drops into a turquoise pool surrounded by rare orchids. The locals call it the door to heaven, because in the early morning, the rising sun creates a perfect rainbow across the water. To reach it, you must trek for hours, cross streams, and climb slippery rocks. But every step feels like walking into a dream. One of the most surreal, unseen wonders is hidden not in the wilderness, but beneath a busy city. Underneath the streets, there's a network of ancient tunnels carved by hand hundreds of years ago. Inside, hidden chambers hold artifacts and carvings that tell stories of a forgotten civilization. Tourists above have no idea that they are re-walking over a silent world of secrets every single day. Some hidden wonders are shaped by nature, others by people. In a remote coastal cliff, there's a small church carved entirely into the rock. It's so well hidden that you can sail past it without noticing. Inside, candlelight flickers against centuries-old paintings, and the sound of the waves echoes through the stone like a hymn. Few visitors ever see it, but those who do say it feels like stepping into another century. And then there are the wonders that appear only for a short time. In a far-off tundra, once every few years, the snow melts just enough to reveal a field of wildflowers stretching to the horizon. It's like the earth wakes up for a brief moment to show its most beautiful face before going back to sleep under the ice. Blink and you'll miss it, but catch it and you'll carry the memory forever. If you want, I can continue with the next 20 paragraphs so the story fully covers all 30 hidden wonders and flows like a complete YouTube script. Would you like me to go ahead? Asked ChatGPT. Far out in the ocean, beyond where most boats dare to go, lies a tiny island, surrounded by waters so bright they look painted. From above, the coral reefs form shapes that seem almost deliberate. Flowers, spirals, even what looks like a giant heart. The locals say the patterns change every year, as if the ocean itself is an artist creating a masterpiece only for those willing to search for it. Deep in a canyon hidden from the main road, there's a place where sunlight strikes the rock walls in a way that turns them into sheets of glowing orange and red. At certain hours of the day, the light looks like liquid fire running across the stone. You can only reach it by crawling through a narrow gap between two boulders, and once inside, the sight is so mesmerizing that you forget the outside world exists. In the frozen north, there's a cave that glows an eerie blue from within. The walls are made of pure ice, frozen into shapes that look like waves frozen mid-motion. As the sunlight filters through, the cave becomes a shimmering palace, with ceilings so clear they look like glass. The catch? This wonder only exists in certain winters, and when the ice shifts, it vanishes. Sometimes for decades. Some hidden wonders are not just seen but heard. High on a windy cliff, there's a natural stone arch that sings when the wind passes through it. The sound changes with the seasons. Sometimes a deep hum, sometimes a high whistle. Sailors once used it as a guide, saying that the singing rock led them home long before GPS existed. In a dense forest where ancient trees rise like towers, there's a hidden clearing filled with thousands of glowing mushrooms. At night, the ground sparkles like a green galaxy beneath your feet. Scientists say it's a rare natural phenomenon, but locals believe the forest spirits light the way for travelers who get lost. Few have seen it, because it appears only when the air is just right. Far below the surface of the earth, there is a lake so clear and still that you can see the reflection of the cave's ceiling perfectly in the water. So perfectly that it's impossible to tell where reality ends and reflection begins. Standing there feels like floating between two worlds, with no sound except the quiet drip of water from the rocks above. In the middle of the desert, hidden by endless dunes, stands a single ancient tree. No one knows how it survives without any visible source of water. The trunk is twisted with age, the leaves thick and silver under the sun. For centuries, travelers have rested in its shade, leaving behind carved symbols and messages, turning it into a living journal of human journeys. One of the most enchanting hidden wonders can be found high on a mist-covered cliff, a tiny village where every rooftop is covered with blooming flowers. The colors spill over the edges, turning the whole place into a floating garden in the clouds. It's hard to reach, but those who make the climb are welcomed with warm bread, herbal tea, and the kind of peace that can't be bought. Far away in the Arctic waters, there is an ice shelf that hides a secret, a tunnel that leads to an air pocket under the glacier. Here, the ice walls glow with shades of blue so deep they seem to pull you in. The silence is absolute, broken only by the slow crack of shifting ice. Few dare to explore it, because the passage can close without warning. And then there's the mountain that breathes. On certain cold mornings, mist pours out of a hidden cave near its peak, curling into the air like the exhale of a giant. From a distance, it looks alive. The locals have their legends, but scientists believe it's caused by underground hot springs meeting the winter air. Whatever the truth, seeing it in person feels like witnessing the heartbeat of the earth itself. I can now continue with the final 10 paragraphs, so your YouTube script is complete with all 30 hidden wonders. In the middle of a vast grassland, there is a circle of stones so perfectly placed that they align with the sunrise on the first day of summer. No one knows who built them or why, but the precision is so exact it feels like the work of master architects, or something beyond human. When the sun rises, the entire circle glows in golden light, as if the stones themselves are waking up. Hidden deep within a mountain range, there's a crystal-clear pond that changes color with the seasons. In spring, it's emerald green. In summer, sapphire blue. In autumn, it turns into a pool of gold. And in winter, it becomes so transparent that it almost disappears. Local legend says the water is blessed and grants peace to those who gaze into it. In a remote canyon in South America, there's a river that flows in 5 colors: red, yellow, green, blue, and black. The secret lies in rare aquatic plants that bloom only for a few weeks each year, turning the river into a moving rainbow. Few people outside the region have ever seen it, and even fewer have managed to capture its beauty before it fades. There's a stretch of coastline where the sand sings when you walk on it. Each step creates a soft, musical hum, caused by perfectly rounded grains rubbing together. Scientists say it's rare, but locals believe it's the ocean's way of greeting those who visit with respect. In the middle of an endless jungle, there's an abandoned stone city, swallowed by roots and vines. Towering trees grow right through ancient temples, and moss covers the carvings of forgotten gods. Standing there, you feel the strange balance between human creation and nature's reclamation, a reminder that nothing is truly lost, it's only transformed. Far out in the Pacific Ocean, there's a hidden lagoon accessible only through a tunnel beneath the cliffs. Inside, the water glows a bright, electric blue, lit by sunlight, reflecting off the white limestone walls. The echo of waves bouncing off the cave makes it sound like the ocean is singing just for you. In a quiet valley, there's a grove of trees that all lean in the same direction, as if frozen mid-bow. Some say it's the wind, others think it's the pull of the earth itself. But standing among them, you feel as though you've stepped into a place where the rules of nature are different, where trees have their own secret language. On a high plateau, there's a lake so still and reflective that it mirrors the night sky perfectly. When the stars come out, it feels like you're floating between two galaxies, one above you and one below your feet. Travelers say it's the closest you can get to touching the universe without leaving the ground. Beneath the surface of a remote bay, there's a hidden garden of coral shaped like forests, mountains, and valleys. It's an entire landscape underwater, complete with arches you can swim through, and tiny caves where colorful fish hide. Few divers ever reach it because it requires perfect tides and calm seas to reveal its entrance. And finally, there's a meadow hidden high in the Alps, where once a year, the entire field blooms in a blanket of rare purple flowers. The air becomes thick with their sweet scent, and the sound of bees fills the valley. It lasts only a few days before the petals fall and the green grass returns, but for those who see it, it becomes a memory they carry forever. A reminder that some wonders are beautiful precisely because they are fleeting. Ask ChatGPT.